How's it going, everyone? Matt Roberts from Salt Lake City Bookkeeping, and today I'm going to do a QuickBooks video demonstration on properly recording outsourced payroll in QuickBooks. A lot of people do outsource their payroll, and it's important to get it into QuickBooks correctly or it's going to throw your financials off. So I'm going to start by explaining the difference between payroll liabilities and expenses and how those are reflected on the reports you get from your payroll company. Using vendors or memorized transactions, those are both good and acceptable ways to get it into QuickBooks right, and then how you're going to deal with actual checks, direct deposits, taxes, and fees. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching in full screen, you want to change that quality to as high as it goes, which should be 720 or above. So let's get started here in our sample company, Vandelay Industries. And we're going to first start with the difference between liabilities and expenses. If we go to our chart of accounts here, I've already set up a very simple way to account for it. If you don't need to break it down by Social Security, Medicare, unemployment, the various categories, you can rely on your payroll reports to do so and make it very simple on yourself. The liabilities are going to be the employee portion of the taxes. It's what's taken out of your employee's check and then distributed out to the various tax agencies. And then in your expense portion would be the employer's, so the company's portion of the payroll taxes. That's what gets expensed. A lot of times people make the mistake of just whatever hits the bank account is the expense. Well, you're really shorting yourselves there, and it's not accurate. So I want to now go into how I like to record it, which is by creating vendors for the various pieces of your outsourced payroll, which are your actual paychecks, direct deposits, taxes, and payroll fees. So let's start with the actual paycheck. I've already gone ahead and created one for one of our employees here, Art Vandelay. We can see, so he gets an actual paycheck, so that's going to hit your bank account. What you need to do is mirror how your payroll is going to hit your bank account. And you need to look at your payroll reports and also your bank account activity. Well, this check, 1,000, is going to hit, and it's broken down into gross wages, which was $1,000, and then his portion of the payroll taxes, just the employee portion. You put that in as a negative because the check is going to be for the net amount, which is the gross less his taxes. So hopefully that makes sense. The next thing I want to explain is now we've got the direct deposit. So let's say we've got 10 employees. What you need to do is figure out how that hits your bank account. Some payroll companies hit wages, taxes, and payroll fee all together, and some hit it separately. Most that I've seen hit it separately. So what I do is set up 3 different vendors: payroll wages, payroll taxes, and payroll fee. The wages, you can see again gross wages of $5,000 and just the liability. Again, these are the employees portion. Let's next go to the fee because it's simplest to explain. Your fee is the company that the payroll company charges you a fee for outsourcing your payroll, and that's an expense to you. So you again hit payroll fee and hit an expense account. And now the taxes portion. There's going to be 2 sides to this. There's going to be the employee portion, which is a liability, and the employer portion, which is an expense. So all in all, what you need to do is you need to figure out how the outsourced payroll company is going to hit your bank account. Are they going to hit it as just one lump sum? Are they going to put in paper checks as well, or are paper checks going to clear separately? You have to mirror what's going on in the bank account. Are your wages going to hit separately? Are the payroll taxes and all that, etc., etc.? One good way to check all this is on your liabilities. Your payroll tax liability should always be 0. This is the employee portion, and so you can see out of Art Vandelay's check, $150 was withheld, and out of the direct deposits, $500 was withheld. And then when we sent the payroll taxes check out to the various tax agencies, it was for the full amount that was withheld, which brings that liability to 0. The expense is recognized on this check right here. the employer portion of the payroll taxes. So outsourced payroll, kind of tricky. When you understand it, it's really not all that bad. You just have to make sure you get it into your QuickBooks correctly. If you guys have any questions on this or anything else to do with QuickBooks or bookkeeping in general, feel free to reach out. You guys have a great day.